Okay, Steven, where you at? You down in Texas? No, where you at? Texas? I thought
Yes.
you were in Oklahoma.
Yeah, we're in Dallas, Texas.
So were you in Oklahoma
The
before?
property that we are trying to subject to is in Oklahoma. No,
So
we've
give
lived
me a
in
little
Texas all our
background, my
life.
friend. What brings us
The
here
house
today?
is just in Oklahoma that
We got a
was.
subject two thing going on.
Say it again.
We got a bad connection or something?
We got a, no, we got a 3-year-old in the back.
All right, we got a subject two deal. Are we gonna run the numbers or tell us what we're doing on this subject two?
Well, they owe 56,000 on the property. She says our payments are for
He owes 52.
56.
All right, what's the monthly payment?
487.
Does that include taxes and insurance?
Yes.
What?
Yeah, that's Oklahoma. Oklahoma's pretty cheap.
Tell me about this area. Why am I buying a house for $400 a month? Or how am I even doing that in America? I don't even. Doesn't even compute in my world.
Oklahoma is a really cheap state.
Oh, okay. You're out there with the cows.
Yeah.
You know what? I have been there one time. We recently found out my wife has a brother in Oklahoma. I went out there. Wasn't nothing there.
Nah.
Nothing there. So tell me what I'm trying. I'm not sensing. What do you guys want to do with this? How where what are you thinking about this house?
About doing like a owner financing with the home, like doing a
Buying
wraparound
it subject
mortgage.
to. But do you want to buy
Yeah.
it subject to, or do you? Or you want to buy subject to? Because we don't buy
No, we
like
want
we
to.
sell. I'm sorry.
No, we want to. Yeah, we want to purchase the subject to, but I want to owner finance.
We don't buy like we sell, right? We don't buy like we sell.
What does that mean?
We don't buy like we sell. Okay, so we're gonna buy it subject to, but we're not gonna sell it subject to. Because then if
No.
you sell it subject to, then you're gone. You're out of it. You can't. You have no recourse. Remember, when you buy subject to, you are getting the deed, right? You guys, are we there with that?
Yes.
So once I deed you this house, I'm gone. There's nothing I can do to get the house back. I can't foreclose on you. If you stop making the payments, that ruin my credit, goes in the trash. There's nothing you can do. You have no recourse. You with me?
Yeah.
So we don't want to. We buy like subject to, but we don't want to sell subject to, right? So we buy different. We don't buy the way we sell, right? You with me? So we sell different ways.
So you think I should have a different exit strategy?
No, we haven't got there yet. I just got to get. Let me get my mind around this first. The subject to before we get to. I want to figure out how we're gonna buy it before I figure out how we're gonna sell it. Is that cool?
Yes.
All right. So the monthly payment is $487, which is stupid. It's including PITI. How much have you seen this, dog?
I've seen pictures online. We were gonna drive out there because it's like a 3-hour drive, but I haven't seen
No,
in
I'm talking
person.
about. Have you seen this?
What? No, that's something that cheap.
I'm talking about. Have you
The
seen the mortgage statement or have you verified that?
I had her pull it out when I was on the phone with her, but no, I have not met with her in person because I asked her what was her principal and everything that she's paying to the house, and I had her put out her mortgage statement and everything, and that's what she told me.
Okay, cool. So I'm trying to think. I'm picturing you on the phone with her. She's reading the mortgage statement while you're on the phone. So that's pretty accurate. Did you see? How old is this loan? What do you know when this loan was originated?
No, I do not. I didn't ask that question.
All right. So do you have your next document you're gonna get to sign is the authorization to release? So you need to pull that, see how old it is. What are the rents
Okay,
in that
where did
area?
we get that document from? Like, this is like, we're totally new to real estate. Like, totally new.
Oh, this is your first subject too.
Yeah, like we're waiting to close on one home, but this is like our first, we haven't even closed on the first investment property.
I'm looking here. It looks like you're an entrepreneur though.
I mean, I failed a few times, yes.
That's cool, man. That means you learned and you know what to do. That's good, bro. Failing is great. I'm just saying I feel like you're sticking your neck out here. I'm trying to figure out how are you. Subject two is not a strategy that's commonly talked about. How did you guys come across this strategy?
I've heard about it on the internet. Like, I listen to YouTube a lot since I've been trying to get into real estate. And her hairdresser basically brung her the deal because he just became a real estate agent.
Nice. All right. So what is this house worth? What's the ARV?
That's one thing I need to find out because I've seen some like 70, I've seen some 130, like 70K and 130.
That's a big difference.
It's kind of.
Well, let's pull it up. Let's pull it up, my brother. I'm gonna share my screen, okay?
Okay.
Let's pull it up, my brother.
She sent it to me.
Do you want to hold tight? I'm gonna write the address.
Okay.
I'm gonna share my screen in a minute, and then you tell me the address. Okay?
Okay.
1 second. All right, go ahead.
It's 100 Division Street, Canadian, Oklahoma.
Where you live? I live in Canadian. Oklahoma.
Yeah. The zip is 74425.
That don't even sound right. I live in Canadian. It's like I live in Africa, Texas. I mean, that makes no sense. Is that it? Steven? Is that it, my friend? Is that it? Have I lost you? Well, Round Up Family, looks like I lost my client. If you have any questions, I'm going to wait here and see if they're going to come back on. But it looks like this is a smoking deal for $400 a month. Good Lord. Looks like it's a good deal for $400 a month. I mean, I'm paying more, and my taxes are almost just on the house that I live in. Good Lord. Looks like they, okay.
We lost connection.
Hey! Y'all got a slow Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. We got to bring y'all, it is 2019. 2019. All right, so I'm gonna share my screen with you with the comps, okay?
Okay.
Is that the house? Oh shoot! Is that the house right there?
Yeah. Mama.
What is that over there?
That's our 3-year-old.
No, what is this over here?
It has 3 lots. It comes with 3 lots.
Look, put
It's
it.
on almost an acre.
Wow.
I can just let you talk. Come on, baby.
Who lives in it now?
It's vacant.
Is that a bunker?
Yeah, it's like a storm shelter.
Okay, they got tornadoes out there.
Yeah.
This house looks good, Steven.
Yeah, that's why I was trying to jump on it, and it's cheap. The payments on it.
I feel like my spirit is telling me that this house is in good condition. I feel like it's in the middle of nowhere.
It's in a community. What did she say? The community is called Arrowhead Estates, and it's like it's by a lake, but the population in that town is like 30,000.
So this is listed, my friend.
Yeah, because we haven't actually got it under contract. 'Cause I was trying to
That's
figure
cool.
out how to structure the deal to take it so I can. I've talked to the husband. I've talked to her because I asked them if they were cool being in the same room because she's divorced and that she's been making payments on it for the last year. She said, and she just wants to get out of the deal.
Has it been sitting empty?
Yes, man. Well, the lights have been on, but there's been no plumbing. Like there hasn't been water, but the electricity has been on because she's been trying to sell it.
Let me do this. What's the street again?
I'm sorry.
What was the street name again?
100 Division Street.
So is it close to that lake right there?
Yes, it's like a mile from that lake. She said it's
How
like
many
a
bedrooms?
community, kind of like a yeah. Because she said there's homes out there and trailer parks.
Okay. Let me look one more thing. What's the zip code?
What was it? 7445, I think. Hold on. What was the zip code? Hold on, let me pull it up. I think it was 74.
Okay, 74425.
Yeah, 74425.
Okay, why won't this thing let me get off of here? I must have some type of a couldn't find. Oh, it couldn't find the area. There we go. They don't have anything either. It's
Yeah, I was
Google.
trying to look for comps on it, but it's kind of like a weird range of numbers.
I'm good. I ain't mad at that. Okay. So the house looks good to me. I'm not mad at that. What are the rents out there? Do we know?
I would say 600 to 700, like a 650, 700.
And let's say the ARV, we don't necessarily know, but it's probably going to be around that. Let's say the ARV because we don't know. See, the good thing about a subject to, Stephen, is you are selling to a market that cannot become a homeowner unless you provide them with a house that they can become a homeowner. You're with me on that, right?
Yeah.
So I'm good with what they owe. We got to find out the terms of that loan. I don't like going to any of these deals because, say, for instance, what happens is people get loans and they're adjustable rates,
Mm-hmm.
and the loan payment will be $487 for 5 years, and then it go up to $800.
Oh.
You with me? So that's why when you get the authorization to release, just go to my website. You got all the subject to docs. First document you got to get with your seller is a purchase and sale agreement.
Okay.
But if you just go to chrishaskins.com, man, you can download. It'll say subject to document package.
Okay.
It's going to have the line where you have in there mortgage to be taken over subject to. It's a line right there. And then you write in approximate loan balance is $56,000. What does this seller want money wise?
I mean, she says she's kind of cool without making any money because she's just been paying on it by herself. She doesn't live here, live in it. So she really wants me to take it over.
She'll need nothing.
I mean, I offered her like maybe, hey, I can give you $2,000-3,000, but I just realized I'm gonna have to pay for closing, so I'm gonna come back and retract that statement and say, hey, I can't give you that because I'm gonna have to pay for closing.
That's right. That's right. You're gonna spend $2,000. I don't know what Oklahoma closing costs are, but you're gonna spend $2,000 just to buy it, bro. But don't forget, in these situations, Stephen, we don't know anything. Don't offer anything until you get all the numbers. You know, we don't know. I don't know what I could, Miss Smith. I don't know what we can give you. So we look at all the numbers. You know, we're not. I don't want to say never, but try not to give up anything until you know the numbers. You don't know anything. I'm looking at my Monroe. We don't know anything. So it won't sting that much when you go back and say, "Well, I thought I could do this, but we could really do this." At least try to give her $500 so they don't feel like you're raped.
Okay.
You know, but you have to get the next document you're gonna need, my brother, is the authorization to release.
Authorization to release. Let me put that in here.
You're gonna use this document here, Stephen, to be able to talk to the lender.
Okay.
You need to know exactly when the loan was originated. You need to know the terms. What are the terms of the loan? Because some loans that I have, they mature in 4 years. So you put somebody in there, next thing you know, they're calling your loan. Then you know you don't want you're in trouble with that.
Yeah.
So we need to know, when does this loan mature? Is it a 30-year fixed loan? Is it a 40-year? Is it a 10-year ARM?
Okay.
You with me?
Yes.
You got to know. You have to know this stuff, man, going in. But you can't pass on something that you don't know what you're passing on. You can't pass it on, because all we're doing here, you're going to buy it and you're going to offer that financing to somebody else. Is that where you're at?
Yeah.
Because you don't want to live in it, right?
No.
Yeah, you don't want to live in it.
It's way
So
too far.
650, you got I don't know, what is that? 480, 580. You got $150 cash flow, which is no cash flow. What type of down payment you think you can get out there, man? What people on a $70,000 house? What type of down payments are we getting over there?
I'm not too familiar with Oklahoma, you know. Not really. I just know everything in Oklahoma is cheap, but I'm not really familiar with Oklahoma at all.
You in Dallas?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, you got night and day, dog. You got ballers in Dallas, brother.
Yeah.
You got ballers. So it's 3 hours away. I have been where you at. Is it a big Target like warehouse up there?
Mm. In Dallas or
No, out there
Oklahoma?
in Oklahoma.
I haven't went and looked at the property. The furthest I've been to Oklahoma is the casino.
Well, yeah, okay. I know exactly where you at. That's where my wife's brother was. It's a Target warehouse and a casino right out. You got to drive past the casino to get to the Target warehouse. Yeah, it's nothing out there, man. But there's a lot of employees that work at that casino, though.
Correct.
So let's say you get $3,000 down. Was that what we're thinking? Maybe. Oh, okay, so let me ask you, how do you want to sell it? Have you thought about that, or is that why we're talking today?
I was thinking either owner financing or if it was enough to where I can either fix it up and hurry up and sell it like that and just get a high ARV. No.
Nah, no money in it, man. There's no money in it. You got too much in transaction fees. You got realtor fees, it's 6%, right? If you sell it,
Well,
you got.
my fiance is a realtor.
She's a realtor in Oklahoma.
No, well, yeah, you're right. She's not in Oklahoma. So yeah, you're correct.
You got to keep that in mind, my friend. So when you sell it, dude, you got buyer. You got to pay your Okay, first of all, when you sell it, you got to pay realtor fees. You got to pay the buyer's closing costs because somebody that's buying a house for 60,000, they ain't got no money, right? They ain't got no money. They need you to help them. You got to pay your closing costs. So you're already at 10. I mean, you're at $8,000 right there. So forget about that, man. You're not doing that. Only way I see you making money on this one, my friend, is okay. So this is on the buy or buy subject to, but we're going to sell it lease option. Now, I don't know. I've been wrong many times. I'm not sure. I know Texas, you can't do lease options, but you need to verify whether you can do lease options in Oklahoma. I have no idea.
Okay.
But it'll only take you a few phone calls. You can call up any local title company or attorney and ask them, hey, are lease options? Can we do lease options here? Because you cannot do them in Texas, all right?
Okay.
So you're going to either sell it on a lease option or you're going to do, I guess you would have to do seller finance. Well, let's take here, yeah. Let's presume that Texas is a lease option state because the only one I know about, Monroe is saying that Oklahoma should be good to go. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So you got your lease option. We don't buy the way we sell. You with me?
Mm.
We don't buy what we don't want to. We don't buy lease option and sell lease option if we can avoid it. We buy subject to, sell lease option, all right?
Okay.
So you got only thing we're gonna get on here. This is what we got going out. Rent's coming in. We try to get a down payment. $3,000. See, the good thing about it, I'm telling you, my friend, you can put that same house on the market, dog. Say some different words. As opposed to having it listed with a realtor. You put something out there, rent it on the financing, no bank qualifying. Dude, I'm telling you, man, it's a whole different. It's like I'm listening to this physicist, right? He's talking about different dimensions. It's a whole different world, brother.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do with the house that I'm waiting to close on. I was just going to fix it up and do the BRRRR strategy. Because, I mean, right now it's a 2-1, and I was going to make it a 3-2.
That's a
And
good
I'm
idea.
going with the least amount on the ARV, 90, a high amount, 120. So I figured I had to get my money back like that.
Gotcha. So you're gonna buy that one, rent out the rooms?
Nah, I was just going to do the owner finance on the other one.
I thought
Not
you
the
said
subject to. Not the subject to. The other one.
I'm sorry, I'm not following you.
No, I was talking about another home I'm waiting to close on. That's what I was going to do on that home. This one, I'm just trying to figure out, is it a good deal or is it something I can wholesale or lease option?
I got you. Okay, yeah. Well, you said BRRRR. Is that on the other house?
Yeah, that's what I'm planning on doing on the other home.
So you're gonna hold it?
Yeah, I want to hold that one.
Gotcha. All right. So we're in this one over here. You're buying it. I mean, well, okay. You decide whether you want to buy it or not. But you got closing costs, man. I don't know what they are in Oklahoma. but you're in it. Your payments that you're collecting that. You're getting 150 a month, which is not a lot of money. I don't care about that. Only thing I care about is you getting this 3,000 and you're gone. See,
Okay.
the thing about these type of deals, this type of income people, they ain't got no money. So I've got these type of houses here, not this cheap, but I've got some houses here in Hampton, and I might sell these houses 3 times in a year, Stephen. I might sell them 3 times in a year, and I'll cut my down payment down. But it's weird. You can get, say you get $2,000 down payment 3 times in a year. That's 6,000, and you collected 4, 5, 6, 7 months of that. I mean, you ahead of the game.
See what I was going to do, because it has 3 lots and there's trailers out there. I was thinking about just throwing 3 trailers on there and collect rent like that. That's the only reason I'm kind of more interested in it, because it has 3 lots on it.
So out there, do the lots require? Well, you're gonna have to figure out what the lot density is, because some areas don't let you put with so much. You have to have so much land per living unit. Do you know what that is out there?
No, I don't. I just know it's almost an acre, so I'll be like, hey, 3 lots. That's why I say at least 2 trailers. If I can at least put 2 trailers on there and collect at least $500-$600 off these trailers in that house, then it'd be a good cash flow.
That's possible. Only thing about, okay, yeah, my mentor did. He owned mobile home parks, but they depreciate as opposed to appreciate. You know, they go
Yeah,
down in value.
I
Yeah.
was going to owner finance the trailers. That way,
Yep.
hey, I'm not liable, and it's, hey, it's cash flow.
You're right. Well, they're gonna tear them up. You know, that's all.
Yeah.
Even if they own them, they still tear them up. Well, yeah, do the research. Find out what is it called? The square footage. Say, for instance, I know in my town, it got to have 10,000 square feet for. I'm sorry, 6,000 square feet for one house, right?
Okay.
So your town might need to have 20,000 square feet for one house. You know, I don't know what that is. So it doesn't matter how big the land is. It matters what the city code is. You with me? Because I know where my wife is from, it's one house per 5 acres.
Oh, wow.
So it all depends on which municipality you're in, my friend. Just because you
Okay.
got an acre don't mean you can put 3 houses on it. You may or you may not. I don't know.
Okay.
You with me?
Yes, sir.
See, I think that's a cool idea. I don't know if I want you buying. You gonna get used mobile homes or what? Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah. I wasn't going to buy no $50,000-$60,000 trailer. No. I was thinking, I see a lot of trailers for like 5,000, 6,000 with a little bit of work, and I've been seeing a lot of those.
My mentor told me to never move them. Do you know about moving them? He said it costs $2,000.
Yeah, I've looked into moving them. 'Cause I've seen actually free houses that just need to be moved. But
Free.
yeah, but the cost of moving them are like a house is expensive. A trailer you can probably 2 or 3,000.
That's what I thought. Okay. So I'm looking at your questionnaire and you've got some capital set aside.
Yes.
So I heard you talk about another closing. The money here is this the money to purchase the trailers?
No, the money that capital I have set aside is to purchase the home that I'm waiting to close on, which is we're paying 20,000 for it. It needs about 30,000 in work. But I was probably gonna go either with a hard money lender, so I'm not actually spending my own money, and do it that way. But that's why I was
How are
saying, hey,
you,
I'm
how
sorry.
do you get out of the hard money?
How am I getting that hard money?
No, how are you going to get out of it? Because hard money is short term.
Because the house, I think, take 2-3 months to do.
I'm saying, how are you? Are you going to hold it, right?
Yes.
How are you going to get out of that loan? Because the hard money loan is going to be 1 year max.
I mean, if I borrow 30, I've never done a hard money loan, but the guy one guy I spoke with, he said it would be like $700-800 a month. But my exit strategy of getting out of the hard money was doing a cash out refi.
Okay,
That way I can give him his money back. I know that's why I said I know the house will appraise for at least 90. I'm gonna spend 20 of my own money and use his 30. But I have the other 30 just as a safety net. You know, if it doesn't appraise for what I want, I can pay him his money.
Okay, cool. So you plan, you answer my question. You plan to get out of the money by refinancing.
Correct.
Okay, that's fine. I'm cool with that. I just don't want us going into this long-term hold with hard money, and then they're gonna come whack you.
Nah, that's why I got the other 30 set aside just in case it doesn't go the way I want.
Is that in Texas too? I mean,
Yeah,
where is that one at?
that's in Bonham. It's a little
Where's
country
that?
town. It's an hour away from Dallas.
Okay, all right. You got some interesting. So Dallas, you got 300,000-400,000 affordable housing, right? Then we're driving an hour away, and you got 20,000.
Yeah,
Good
that's why I'm trying
God
to stick more
Almighty.
to the country towns because it's more affordable for me at this moment.
I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you, bro. I'm just trying to picture if I'm at Dallas, you got beautiful highways. One of those highways you drive for a little bit is just land.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, so here, let's get back to what we're here. We're selling this on a lease. I'm just gonna tell you what I recommend, dog.
Okay.
I would not recommend you to do owner financing.
Okay.
I'm gonna write this up here and draw a line through it. Because if you do that, you're gonna have to foreclose on your buyer, right?
Oh, okay.
I heard you talking about a wrap note. So if you do a sale of financing, then you give up the deed. You wrap another deed of trust or all-inclusive trust deed over top of this 56 or whatever number you agree on. Then you got to go foreclose on them, and I don't want you to do that. I don't want you to have to do that.
Okay.
You with me? Just like
Yeah.
the bank will foreclose on your seller if your seller doesn't pay the mortgage, you will have to foreclose on your buyer if they don't pay you.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
In essence, you turn into the lender.
Yeah.
You got to foreclose on owner financing. So I don't want you doing that, man.
So you say do the lease option then?
Well, for me, the Monroe is this is I know Monroe's looking at this. For me, lease options, and there's another thing called a land contract for deed, which they're both the same. They just sound different. Lease option, you get 2 documents, and you can do the same. I have this. I got the lease option and document pack is on my website too. You can download that. You give them a lease, which gives them possession, and then you give them the option to buy, which gives them the right of disposition, how the property is disposed of. You got me?
Okay.
Then your option is disposition. All right. So you're giving when you get a lease, it's 2 documents, my friend. So when you download it, when you just go to my website, you can download the lease option doc pack. You get 2 docs. One is going to be the lease, other is going to be the option. The lease allows them to live there for $650. The option gives them the right to buy it.
Okay. How long should the option be?
Well, since you're starting out, my friend, I'm just trying to picture where you are now. And now in my career, I don't care how long it is, because I know it's a matter of time. This income type of people, what's going to happen in a matter of time?
They probably ain't gonna pay.
Do you? You just said it, right? That something's
Yeah.
going to happen financially. They wouldn't be in this situation dealing with you if they were the most financially savvy people, correct?
Correct.
I'm not saying it's good or bad, right or wrong, my friend. I'm just calling it like it is. I ain't got time to judge. I just don't have time. So if you find a house from me for $60,000 on a lease option for $3,000 down, it's just a matter of time for you to hit a bump in the road. If you did have good financing, you would have a realtor. You'd be out there looking for beautiful houses, right?
Correct.
So you wouldn't even be talking to me. You wouldn't even be hollering at me. So you get your down payment. You get them the lease. They move in $650. Okay, so the lease is $650. The option, let's just say that they owe you buying it for $56. That's why we got to know how old that loan is. The older the loan, the better, because your principal will be going down every month based on your mortgage payment. Correct?
Correct.
Well, hopefully, we hope it's not a. It could be an interest-only loan, right? We don't even know.
I think she said like 200 goes to the principal a month. But I
That
can't
might be
remember.
that might be an old loan, Stephen.
Yeah, she said she started off with it owing 67 or something like that. So they've had the loan for a while.
Yeah. So 19. Oh, the original loan was 67.
Yeah, the original loan was 67.
I got you. Okay, that's cool. So they paid down 9,000. So they might have been paying on this for a minute. If the principal's 200. It might be 10 years on here, brother. So you're walking literally. That's what the power is subject to, my friend. You're walking, dude. You're going back in time. You're going back in time. You're getting all that principal pay down. Now you get to step right in, and all you have to do is pay the next 20. Let's say they get 10 years on. I don't know. Now all you got to do is pay the next 20 years, man. It's just the magic of real estate, my friend. But you got to be knowledgeable.
So you think this is a good deal?
Well, I don't know. Let's see. Let's say we can sell it for, let's say 70. I don't know.
That's why my next thing I was gonna say, you think I can just wholesale it?
I highly doubt you could wholesale it, but you might be able to. You might. I don't know
No
your
equity.
area down there. If it's listed on the market, how long has it been listed?
She listed it with a real estate agent. It's been listed for over a year. So I asked them, I actually called yesterday and I was like, well, why is it selling so slowly? And she said the average sale time for a house there is like 6 months. So I guess that's why it's selling slowly. But like I said, their population is only 30,000.
Yeah. But see, what you're doing, you're offering a service to the community. People with challenged credit can become a homeowner without having to go to the bank. That service is not readily offered anywhere, my brother, other than people like you. What you can do if you don't want to buy it, you can always just tie it up with a purchase and sale agreement and then throw it out there for a rent to own. I might, since it's so far away, are you going to be able to go back and forth, or you got to hire? Matter of fact, you're going to hire a street team or boots on the ground out there to put your signs out, or just run Facebook ads.
Yeah, I was going to get like a property manager.
Mm-hmm.
Probably because I know the grass is going to need cut and everything else.
Yeah, you got to take care of it. You got a lot out there. How much is there to cut right around the house?
I was gonna drive out there either this weekend to go actually look at the house or next weekend.
That's right. You ain't been there. Well, I like to know about that. Yeah, I mean, is it a good deal? Only money you're making is this, brother.
So do you think it's worth my time, probably, or something I should just be like,
Well, I mean, I don't know if you can get 5,000. You have to determine that. You determine how 3 to 5 grand. I mean, I can't determine what's worth your time. For me,
it ain't really worth the time?
well, it depends on what you're looking to do. If you're looking to establish, before I did anything, I would find out how many years on this loan. Because they've been paying a whole year, right, of sitting vacant.
Correct.
So right now they're burning. They're ready to go.
Yeah, they need to go.
Yeah, they're ready to go. What I do for 3 grand? Well, don't forget you got to buy it, so you're gonna spend 2 to buy it, so you don't really make any money up front.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're saying closing costs might be 8,000, so if I'm only make 3,000, that's what I'm saying. Is it really worth my time even doing all that, or is it just? I'm really kind of trying to do it for the experience, to try to,
No, I
But
want you to
subject
make
to
money.
my first one is kind of, or my second. I haven't really closed on the first one, but
I want you to make money. Well, when I say closing cost 8,000, that's if you were to try to retail with realtors. But you're not dealing with any realtors. You don't deal with any realtor when you do lease option. So your closing cost to buy it is going to be probably around $2,000 when you buy it from yourself.
Okay.
But don't forget, so when you spend, once you buy it up here, you're going to spend closing costs to buy it. So you got money out. So all you're doing is getting that back. If you're trying to like establish, that's why I wanted to know how many more years left on this loan. Because it may be paid off soon. I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, is it a good deal? Yeah, I was just thinking that sandwich lease. If you did a sandwich lease, all you're doing is you're getting a lease option to buy, and you're selling it on a lease option.
Okay.
You got me? So you don't have any closing costs. All you're doing is you're literally in the middle.
Okay. I don't know how to put one of those together either, though. What is like a sandwich deal? I've never heard of that.
Yeah, man. Real quick. Friday.
Is it more like a wraparound type thing? No.
No.
I just started trying to get into real estate this year. Like I'm like really new to this.
You good? Here's a sandwich, right? 2 pieces of bread. So here's you. You're in the middle. This is a sandwich lease option. You right me? I do articles on this all the time. You're in the middle. You contract with the seller, your current seller. You're going to do. We don't call it a lease option. What we talk about, we call it a lease purchase.
Okay.
And it's easy to convert them from a buy to a lease purchase. It's real simple.
Okay.
You technically are going to buy it from them on a lease option, right? If you got no closing costs, right? So you set it up. You're gonna say, Miss Smith, I'm gonna do. Remember, we had that lease option. It was a lease in 2 different documents, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna lease it for $487 a month, 0 down payment, right?
Correct.
Then when you sell it, let's do this. You sell it on a lease option. This is the case. This is the time that we do buy like we sell. When you sell it on a lease option, what do we collect?
So you think I should go with the sandwich deal, the sandwich strategy?
Well, I didn't hear you. What do we collect when we sell on the lease option? What do we collect?
We collect money.
Down payment.
Yeah.
Down payment. Yes. So we buy the lease option, no down payment. Or since you already spoken up, I don't want to blast you. If you've already spoken up and tell her that you'll give her $2,000 to $3,000, you're gonna have to go kiss
But I
and
said
go.
maybe. I didn't say. That's why I used the word maybe.
Never offer any money till you get all the facts. You're learning your lesson, my bro. Seller, your lease option here is 0 down payment. Well, let's just say you got to give her. So let's say you kiss her butt, you make her happy, she loves you. You say, look, $500, because right now she's thinking my mortgage payment is due next month. Yeah, you're gonna have to see you now. You're running uphill. When you tell somebody some money, you know how this thing is, dude. You tell somebody $2,000, man, shit, they just spent that. So let's say you got to give her $500, but you're collecting $3,000. You got no closing costs because you never buy it, right? And I think Monroe. That's why I like to go live with this stuff. Money Monroe is on the ball with this. Like sandwich lease option. Call it a day, man. Call it a day.
So tell her I want to just lease option it from her.
Don't say lease option. You're gonna say, you know what? I thought I wanted to do a purchase, Miss Smith, but I think the best thing for both of us is going to be doing a lease purchase.
Lease
And then
purchase.
she's gonna say, "What's that?" Then you get into your spiel. Well, I'm still going to give you the same amount that I agreed. The good thing about a lease purchase is I don't have to pay any closing costs, and neither do you. When you keep one more up, you're gonna be talking to her. I'm gonna be responsible for all the repairs, Miss Smith. So there'll be no toilet phone calls for you. And then we will agree upon a certain time frame that I will just cash you out. I'm not quite sure when that will be. It may be 6 years or 6 months or 6 years. Use the same strategy there. It might be 6 months or 6 years. Because then you're gonna get your option from your buyer. You're gonna try to get them to cash you out quickly. But I promise you, man, a buyer at 70,000, they're never gonna cash you out. So if I was you, I would do like a 30-year or tell her, look, we do a 10-year lease option with this lady here.
Okay, that makes sense.
I'm sorry, not lease option. Do not say lease option. You know how to set it up?
Somewhat, I can freestyle sometimes, and get it
Do it to
done.
me. You're gonna say I thought I could purchase it. I think I got something better. Make sure you keep with that word purchase because she's thinking you're buying it.
Okay.
I
So
thought I
I'm
could
gonna
purchase it.
lease purchase it.
Instead of you're gonna start out with I thought I was gonna purchase it, but I think I'd be better if I did a lease purchase.
A lease purchase. Do I still get the deed on a lease purchase or no?
Don't get the deed. But if you want the deed, you got to pay what?
The closing costs.
There you go. Now we do have ways to do subject twos. Dude, I bought tables. I'm sorry. I bought houses on kitchen tables, But I don't know. I don't want to recommend that. You can. Like sometimes, don't forget, dude, all selling somebody's house is signing the deed.
That's what I was thinking. Can I just go get the deed and just and then try to
You could. That way you got no closing costs. So, you know what? You can. If you like on deals like this where I don't care what the outcome is, I would buy this on. I would go to the house with a deed. They sign it. I go record it. It's over.
so I don't have to do all the title company, all that.
I'm not recommending this, my friend. This is what you call a tabletop closing.
Yep.
Have you heard of that term?
No, I mean I've heard of people just going to the house, hey, boom, signing the deed over right then and there.
Let's roll. Yeah, sign deed. Peace. Nice to meet you. I mean, do you care about this house at all?
I mean, not really. I mean, it's 3 hours away. I was just thinking, hey, I can put a tenant in it and try to, hey, it's 3 other lots over here. If I can at least put one house on it, on one of these lots, I can at least get some cash flow.
$150?
I'm saying if I could throw another like trailer or something like that on it, if I can at least get one on them and get $600-700 off that one, then it'll be worth it.
You're right. That is true. I don't want to advise you, man, because I'm like, I have done it, man. Yeah, dude, I can send you a deed, walk out there, sign it, it's over, man. But I don't know your seller. I don't know the whole story. Usually
they're divorced. It's a couple. They're divorced. I spoke with the man. He's like, 'cause I was asking him if he would be cool being in the same room as his ex-wife if we had to go close on the home. He said that would be fine. The lady she has 2 kids. She doesn't want to keep paying on the house that she doesn't live in. She lives in Dallas, and they've been paying on this house for like a little over a year now.
Is the mortgage current?
That's what she said. That she says it's current, but if she has her statements, wouldn't that? I was just going to look at her statements instead of doing like a title policy and all that and having to pay for all that, and see if her mortgage was current.
Well, once you get the authorization, you'll get the mortgage, and then you get her to sign the authorization. Will let you call the bank.
Okay.
The authorization is going to have her name, loan information, and her social, so you can call up and give them that.
Okay.
It all depends on how you feel, dude. I mean, I'm telling you, I bought houses where the people they're like, I'm going out of town, I'm gone. So I got to go over there. But it's those type of houses. I don't care if I lose it in a week or I'll collect it down. I mean, it's like.
I look at it as an opportunity to try to learn. It's really what I'm looking at it as.
So why don't you just do this? That way you don't. If you buy it, you get the deed. And what if you stop making the payments? What if you're?
I
Are you
mean,
going
but
to make
it's a
payments?
loan. That's why I wanted to do the subject too. That way, I'm not really liable. I mean, I have every intention of paying this, you know, but at the same time, I'm not liable. That's why I was more leaning towards the subject too. If that makes sense.
Yeah, you can, man. I'm gonna leave that one up to you, man.
You don't look too sure. Like I don't know, man.
Well, I don't know, man.
So that's risky.
Only thing risky is losing the house. If you don't care about that, no
I mean,
problem.
it ain't my house to lose, really. So that's why I'm like,
I mean, if you get the deed, if you get the deed, if you say you do a tabletop closing, she signs all the stuff.
yeah.
Next year, she says that's so and so, Steven. He's a piece of you know what. What you gonna do?
I mean, like I said, I have every intention. The loan is cheap. I mean, $487 a month for a house is dirt cheap. So I mean, I feel like I could either put a tenant in it, rent it out. If I get something on it, at least get a down payment, then I made my money. And
No, I'm
I
talking
mean,
about.
you know, if it's a small cash flow, it's some type of, you know.
Well, let's fast forward. Let's still stick with me here. Everything's good. You got your 3,000 down. You got your tenant in there. A year from now, she says, "That's Steven. He. I don't like the way he treated me. I want my house back." She goes to hire an attorney. What leg do you have to stand on?
Yeah, I mean,
You are the big bad investor, right? All she is a lonely old lady that just signed her house away to you. You see where I'm going?
yeah.
I'm not saying not to do it. I'm just saying if you don't care the outcome, you're like, some houses I buy, I'm like, man, I don't care if the bank takes it next week. I'm just gonna try to get some cash flow. I might just rent it, whatever.
I mean, I feel like the house is so cheap. I mean, I've lost more doing, you know, something else. I mean, if I lost 2,000, I lost 2,000. It's not like we, you know.
Okay, so you're cool. All right, so in that case, tabletop closing. I'm not gonna round up family. I'm not round up. You can do a tabletop or do this. That's the two things I'm saying. You pick, man. Shit, I'm not going on the hook. Somebody come out.
So you ain't advising the tabletop. I should do it take it step by step then.
Well, the tabletop, I mean, it's so gangster, and I really don't think that people realize what they're doing.
I mean, I don't think I wouldn't leave her out on the hook with the loan. You know, I mean, I really have every intention of paying it off. I mean, I'm getting a house for basically nothing. So
I'm not worried about you paying the loan. I'm worried about her next year saying that's so and so Steven.
but why do you think she would say that? I mean, if I gave
Why
her a
do
little
people do? Why do people do anything, Steven? I can't. I don't know. I don't know.
yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, people have come back to me, dude. Why do people change their mind? People do stuff. You don't know
So
what she's gonna do.
what could I do to protect myself if I did choose to go that way?
The tabletop,
Yeah.
nothing, man.
Nothing.
Nothing you can do. That's why you have all this closing costs up here. That's what protects you.
Okay.
I got a deed. The lawyer drafted it up. The lawyer went over all these docs with the seller. She went to the closing. She signed all the docs in front of a lawyer, as opposed to like you are the buyer and almost you're acting as the closing agent. So the closing agent, it's like an attorney. You can't represent two people. I mean, you got to represent one. You can't be the buyer and you know. So
Okay. How did your table? You say you've done one before?
I've done several shit.
So did it go good or did it go bad?
I never heard from these people sign all the docs. They were gone. I think I was trying to, let me think. Shit, man. I think I lost all those, man.
Okay.
But I was just renting them out.
So did you ever pay back the loan or you didn't pay the loan? Like,
We tried to make the payments. I made the payments, but then I'm trying to remember what happened. At the end of the day, I don't have any of those. I just didn't care. It was like we make the payments. The bank came and took them. I know what it was. We started making the payments. I know what it was. I wasn't going to make up the arrears. So we started making the payments where they were, and eventually the bank said, we want you to make up all that arrears.
Okay.
But your loan is current.
I mean, that's what she says.
Yeah, well, no. All right, you made that decision. We're done with that. I'm not mad. Either way, I don't care, man. I mean, you make that decision.
Okay.
Here you get less risk or a tabletop closing. As long as you make the payments, you probably won't care.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
You probably don't care. Yeah. You make that decision. All right. Anything else? So you good? I wouldn't want you to put no closing costs out on this though, dog. Because you're gonna spend $2,000 to buy it, and you're only gonna get three, maybe 3,000.
Okay.
You're probably gonna sell it 3 times in the first year.
You think so? 3 times? Yeah. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, me. Okay, I feel you. I get
All
it.
right. Anything else?
Yeah, the house that I'm waiting to close on, they've pushed the closing off like 3 times. So is
Who
that
is they?
normal? The title company.
Title company.
So I'm trying to see, is that normal? Because this is like my first home I'm actually buying to invest in. So I'm not sure of how this process goes. They're
You're
saying
buying
that
the title.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
They're saying that they're waiting on one piece of paper from the owner of the home or something like that. But they've been saying that like for almost like every week. Like we were supposed to close today, so they're pushing it off again to next Friday. But this is like the 3rd time they pushed it off.
Yeah, stuff never closes on time.
Okay.
Don't worry about that.
Okay.
Do you know what document it is they're waiting for?
What does she call it? The guy that had that has the home, I guess he inherited it. So he never transferred it in his name. So they're waiting for that document to come back.
You better hope it even closes. A lot of times, inherited properties, sometimes they can't even get the title clean.
So you think that's the problem? They can't clear it?
Yeah, they can't clear it. They're trying to figure out what happens is the title insurance company will say, listen, we will clear this title if you can do these things. Boom, boom, boom. I need a death certificate. I need all sometimes they have to go to each neighbor to verify that the person's moved on. If they can't find a death certificate, they'll say, listen, I found this name on here, Joe Smith. Looks like he was a child of the deceased. Can you verify that that's not the child? Then you got to go pull birth certificates. It could be all type of stuff.
Okay.
Or they'll say, this is Joe B. Smith, but your heir is Joe Q. Smith. So then you got to go find a driver's dude, it could be so much stuff.
Okay.
But
You
yeah,
think it's something I should worry about or not?
worry about whether it will. Yeah, you need to be
If we're
concerned.
gonna close on it or not? Because I mean, that's
You,
my whole thing.
should you won't be able to close if they can't satisfy the title policy.
Okay.
But that's gonna put you in the driver's seat.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to just get one. If I can get one flip up under me, then I feel like I can get this process started.
Feels real. I feel you, my brother. So keep me posted whether that title's clear, because I love it when the title's ugly. Then we take it subject to those bad titles, and that's a whole nother thing. I don't want to get into that today.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm gonna give one. It's nothing you can do, bro. You know what? I take that back. Let me tell you what happens. Sometimes, man. Well, okay. A lot of times, there's a problem with the title, and nobody wants to pick up the ball and go get these documents. You with me?
Yeah.
So let's say, Mr. Seller, we need your bankruptcy. Like I did one where the guy filed bankruptcy 3 times, right? He couldn't find his bankruptcy papers, so I had to literally go to the courthouse, pull them all. Nobody was going to do that because the title companies don't pull civil; they pull down at the courthouse. They don't go to the civil court sometimes.
Okay.
So you have to, if it doesn't close next week, I would go in there and sit down with the title company, yours. You're going to say, listen, what is on the title that we need to get cleaned up, and then they're gonna contact the buyer's title company. You're not using the same title company, no doubt.
Like I said, this is my first process of doing this, so
All
we're
right.
just going with the title company that they wanted to go with.
They who?
Well, I'm buying it through like a wholesale, like it's a wholesaler selling me the home.
That's cool.
So the
So
wholesaler's using their title company.
the wholesaler. All right. So we need to know you're the buyer.
Correct.
You decide who the hell title company you want to use, my friend. So we need to find out if you're using the same title company as the seller. Sometimes they're two. They
Okay.
just communicate. You with me? It's always best to have one title company. Always, dude, always. So if you don't close next week, call down there, find out what is on the title we need to get clean. They're gonna say, listen, we need to get bam. I tell you, dog, I had to drive to automotive loan companies. I've had to drive to scrap yards that have had judgments against people, tow impound places, because nobody wants to do this dirty work to get these documents but you. You with
Yeah,
me?
I'm ready to do that right now. So, you know.
You're gonna have to be the glue, dog. Man, give them a week and then find out what it is. Man. You might, dude. I've driven around town collecting stuff. Man, it's crazy because they
Okay.
don't want to do the dirty work to find out how to get these documents. Right? They don't care.
I can do that.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Anything else, my friend?
No, that's it.
All right, I can't do Q&A today. Listen, I'll be around. You got my email. If you need those subject to documents, just go to my website. Or if you need the lease option, just go right there.
Okay.
All right, Steven. Thank you for your time, my friend.
Appreciate you for yours.
All right, bye.
Bye. I want some confidence, man.